Didn't get white lights for that, so I had to come back and get it on my third. But I felt good. That was right.
Yeah.
I had a little bit more in, I think, but
You
it's
did.
all right.
You did, but that's for next time, right?
Yeah. You got to take little steps, I guess. That was a 28-pound PR for me.
28-pound PR for you in the squat?
Yeah. I did 975 last October. So.
What's your goal now that you know that you left a little bit on the squat? Your next meet, what's your goal?
Yeah, so I'm going to be competing in sleeves with Chad Smith at his meet at his place in September.
Okay.
And so I think that's going to be a lot of fun. So I'd like to go over 2,300 in sleeves. For the rest of this meet today, I'm going to open my bench at 573. And then we'll go up over 600 and see what we can do. And then on the deadlift, I'm going to open up at 715. And then we'll go 744 and see what we can do. So my big pie in the sky goal for the day was to do 2,400 and beat out Don Reinhardt for the second all time.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's going to happen if I couldn't get a 1025 squat.
Yeah.
So the next goal is to pass up Odell Manuel.
Yeah.
And if things line up right, I should be able to do that by about 5 kilos, and that'd be third all time. And so that's what I hope to do the rest of the day.
Now, I want to ask you about your training. You don't obviously squat over 900 all the time, do you?
No. So basically, 20 weeks out, I start hypertrophy.
Okay.
And do a lot more reps, a lot more sets. And then as we get a little closer, I start dialing that in a little bit. And so at about 10 weeks out, then we start building strength.
Okay.
And so 10 weeks out, I'll start putting reps on at about 8 weeks out for 1 set or 2 sets a week. And then when we get to 6 weeks out, we start trying to figure out what our attempts are going to be. And so I hit that 948 about 5 weeks ago. So I've hit it 3 times in training, so I was really confident with it. I've only hit 1,000 one time in training. And this was way better.
Yeah.
It was way better today. I got it twice. So that's kind of how I peak for the meet. Is 4 weeks out, I'll do my opener. 3 weeks out, I'll do my opener my second. And then 2 weeks out, I'll do my opener again. Then 1 week out, I just do my last warm-up.
Would you say that the 20 weeks out hypertrophy stuff, would you say that that's where you start to build your strength?
Yeah, I hadn't really done that before. Like the real strength, like not strength building, but like the muscle conditioning. And what I was feeling when I would go to meets is that I would burn out and I wouldn't have any energy. It would have been really hard for me to do 1,000 twice when I was training the way I was.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing that I tried to correct in the off season, was to build a lot more muscle endurance.
Yeah.
So I wasn't wasted by the end of the meet or by the end of my training cycle.
Right.
So I think that really helped with that, because then I got to really build some endurance. At 368 pounds, endurance is hard to come by.
Right.
So I was able to build a little endurance and make this a lot easier of a day for me.
How many times a week do you train? Do you like to train?
3. Yeah, some weeks I'll get 4, but it's just not realistic sometimes with my schedule and the way that I work. So I get about 2 to 3 hours then, 3 days a week.
What do you do for work?
I work with high school athletic teams. I run fundraisers.
You run fundraisers?
And so I run about 110 high school fundraisers, athletics a year. And so I work in sales, and I work with those teams all year round.
So you set up like some sort of fundraiser?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Then
I come in with a plan and I make them more effective. Yeah.
You're pretty busy.
Yeah. And I got 2 kids, and it stays pretty busy. But you just you got to have control.
Right.
This has been the only training cycle really ever where I've not missed one of my training workouts for a meet.
Really?
So I finally added. I think I got to a point where I've got it where it's locked in, and I have it under control, where I'm not going to miss training because I didn't plan ahead. So.
Now, talk about the kind of food that you need to eat to train at the level you're at. If you eat crap food, you're not going to be able to put out at a high level, are you?
Yeah, especially I really start treating myself really, really well at about a month out.
Yeah.
This time I got more sleep than I've ever gotten. I ate better than I have in a long time. I don't really care what the food is as long as it feels digestible, like really good in my gut, especially this week. I just have to have some control of that, and if I do, then I feel really, really good. So.
Now, is it important to you that you keep your protein intake up high for recovery? Like, besides sleep, is there something that you know that your body just needs in its diet to keep you training at a high level?
I realistically pay zero attention to it.
Zero attention to it.
No,
That's
I mean,
an honest answer.
but when you're 368 pounds, then you tend to eat plenty.
Well,
You know? Now you know what I have to do. I do have to pay attention to my water.
Do you?
So I mean, I'm checking the color
Yeah.
like all the time because if you're not paying attention, going a half gallon less
Right.
one day is easy for me.
Right.
Where I got to get in a couple gallons to really feel right.
Absolutely. I know it's funny because I'll ask a lot of the bigger guys, they'll say about food, and they're like, well, obviously I don't miss meals. And I get it, but I like to think about it like as if you weren't as big as you were if you were lighter.
Yeah.
You couldn't eat cheeseburgers
Yeah.
and ice cream and
Yeah.
expect to perform the kind of numbers you need to hit. Like you can eat that stuff, but you can't eat it right before you train.
I've been over 300 and I've been over 300 pounds since I was 18. I've been over 330 since I was 22 and
Wow.
I'm 31. But honestly, the weight I'm at right now is too high. So I've said over and over, now I just got to commit to it. I need to, on my frame, what I carry, I'd feel a lot better day to day. I'd sleep better. A lot of that stuff would be better if I'd recover better. My back would be less sore if I was between 280 and 310.
Yeah.
And then I could compete 308. I could make a light cut to 275.
Yeah.
I think that's where I'd like to be for the rest of my lifting career. And I'll start that, but for the next meet, I'll probably be about 325.
Right, because you want to go after that all-time ranking.
You don't want to go too quick, But
and you've got a big goal of that ranking, otherwise you would start it now.
yeah, and really, I've only been doing this for a little over 3 years.
Yeah.
And when I got in, all the guys around me and in my community were wearing wraps, so I wear wraps. But I want some other challenges too. So I never thought I'd ever squat 1,000 pounds, and now that I have, it feels really good. And I'm hungry to do more, but I'm also hungry to find something different.
So like, let's say 5 years ago, were you training just not at the level you've always been lifting? But
5 years ago, I was doing CrossFit.
Oh man!
I'm not even kidding. I did it for like a year and a half.
Really?
Yeah, I just needed to get off my ass. I was always strong, and they have a great community and people that are fun to hang out with. And my wife loves doing it, and I love doing it. My wife competes next month in powerlifting, and so I was doing CrossFit, and they empowered me and made me want to get back into being really strong. So
what was your body weight when you're doing CrossFit?
330.
Really?
Yeah.
Your recovery was a lot better then though, because
I was really, really good at like grace, but I was really, really bad at like running down the street.
somebody's in trouble if you're running down the street.
I was good at doing grace, and I was really good at rowing short distances. That was a really strong bench press. She just set a record. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I felt really bad. This is a little look on the inside, but yesterday when we were weighing in, I'm habitually early to these kind of things. I'm so excited. I'm a fan of the sport. And I got here at like 8:15 for 9 o'clock weigh-ins, and so I was like the 8th person on the sign-in sheet to weigh in. And the girl that was just up there, Schumacher, she's so little, and she was cutting to 97, and she looked like she was having a tough cut. And I said, "Why don't you get in line at 8th, and I'll go in your spot." I felt bad for her.
Oh man.
So she's a cool gal. She's really strong.
Yeah, she is very strong. Most of these lifters here are world-class lifters having a great day.
Yeah, this is weird for me, man, because being in Kansas City, a lot of these people, we don't know each other. I've never been out here to California and lifted, so I'm here as a freaking fan. I've watched all these people on Instagram. I think nobody knows me, and so I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, and it kind of motivates you, right? A little bit.
Totally. When I missed my second squat, that 1,003, I took a little step back. I celebrated prematurely and felt like an idiot. And then I looked over and I made eye contact with Chad Smith, and he was laughing at me. And Chad and I, we're cool, but I thought that was funny. And then I was like, I'm not going to miss the next one, buddy. So it's cool to have camaraderie like that. You develop opinions on who people are and how they are when you see them from afar, and everybody here has been so cool to me. We've had a great time. So
the sport needs more people like you, people that give back, people that love the sport, people that appreciate the sport. You're relatively new into the sport, but you have some respect not only for the people that are younger than you, but your elders too as well.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, you have to, because even in our little community, even though I haven't been in it for that long, we've got 30 lifters on our team.
Yeah.
And so, like, they kind of look at me that same way. That I look at all these people that, you know, have been in it forever. And so, but if you want, you know, to make the community better, if you want more respect, if you want meets to be better, you got to put some skin in the game. So we've got teammates that are training to be USPA officials. We host 2 meets a year, and you got to get your hands dirty if you want the sport to be good. You know, it's a fun time for powerlifting. I mean, I squatted 1,003. It's going to be shattered in America. You know, like soon. You know, if I would have done 2,400 today, which I'm probably not going to get that high, that was going to be broken this year. You know, like I want that to happen, but you know, you also want to come out and get your respect too.
Absolutely. You want to say anything to the people that are home that are watching you?
I just met Susan earlier, and she couldn't be any nicer. She just did 256, I think it was, at
259 on the
132.
bar, yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah, she weighed in at 132 pounds.
She's always in control. She's good.
She's so technically sound, she rarely makes a mistake.
Oh, she makes all her lifts look good. They don't look technically like, she's kind of one of those lifters I look up to where I'm like, that's control.
Right.
You know, I want to see when people are lifting and they're doing meet lifts, I want to see control. And as a referee, I like to see that. That's one thing good about what we have going on here in the squat. There was a squat command and a rack command, and I think that's important, because if you just come up and you slam into the rack, well, I would have gotten that squat that I didn't deserve.
Right, absolutely.
You know, you can't have that.
No, you got to have some discipline.
Yeah. So I'm enjoying what I'm seeing. I thought I didn't get to watch any of the other squat flights. I didn't get to watch any of them at all. I was busy and I was trying to recover through multiply, and but my squat flight, I was in the 3rd squat flight, and I thought the judging was outstanding in my flight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And they were consistent with the multiply people too.
Yeah, that's going to be real fun bench though. I think there's like 9 of us still in the meet on my flight. So we'll see.
Yeah. Do you have anything you want to say to the people at home that are watching?
Thanks for watching this. Thanks for doing this. I appreciate you coming out and doing this. You're here from Phoenix, right?
Nah, Tucson.
Tucson.
You're
right,
another father 2 hours away.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you doing it. I know my mom and dad are watching, and they're sending me videos and pictures.
That's
give
cool.
a thumbs up, and I appreciate you guys putting that on, and Gracie putting the meet on, and I'm having a great time. This is awesome.
Yeah, she got a hold of me at the last minute and asked me if I wanted to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? You know, I mean,
this meet right now is full of people who care. There's referees that are here from Northern California. There's referees from New Mexico. There's people from all over. Eric Cranage from Old School Iron wrapped my knees for me. I reached out to him a couple months ago trying to plan ahead, and yesterday he drove down here from 4 a.m. to 2 p.m. to test wrap me and to go over that, and then meet with other judges and stuff. And you know, I just really appreciate what everybody puts into this.
Absolutely. I know. I appreciate the lifters that they don't just come here to lift. They're helping other lifters out. They're running around doing things for people because they love lifting, but they love giving back too.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks for your time.
Time to go get ready for bench.
Yes, sir.
Take it
Thank you.
easy, man.